Yo, what's going on? It's your homie Brian.
It's your boy John.
Jonathan Moon, ladies and gentlemen. How's it going, my guy?
Brian, what is up? Why did that sound like a P? Brian,
yes.
What is up, sir?
It is I guess. So what does up and it's stuck mean? What does that mean?
Should we talk about that?
I just when
a boy and a girl meets each other,
okay,
right, and they like each other,
mm-hmm.
the boy might get.
Okay.
I
understand.
All right.
Okay. We're a PG-13 podcast mm-hmm. here, ladies and gentlemen.
And don't you love how people like dancing to it?
Yeah. All Day I Play Radio, episode 31, right? 31,
yeah.
Man, I remember when I was 31 and I was like, damn, I'm old as shit. And now I'm 38 and I'm like, holy cannoli.
Well, you saying holy cannoli right there. Just aged the shit out of you 10 more years. So
I am literally a different person than I was like 5 years ago. I don't know. So. Well, in my 20s, I was like, hey, still going to listen to all this music. Still going to listen to whatever's the dopest shit, the dopest hip hop and R&B.
What was dope in your 20s?
In my 20s. I got to kind of listen. I'm sorry. I have trauma. We all do, right? And it kind of has caused me to kind of not remember things. Yeah. So from my 20s, damn. So I guess I have to kind of start in my late teens and kind of go into my 20s. So I guess in my 20s, Kanye was really the first
college dropout.
College dropout. That was
immaculate.
So I guess during that time and not even just that, but Chappelle Show and these different avenues.
Yo, you're all about Chappelle Show,
bro. Just these different avenues where my mind was very impressionable and I'm getting older and I'm becoming an actual adult, and I can make responsibilities or I can make responsibilities. I can make decisions, based on my responsibilities. And yeah, so I guess Kanye, pre when I guess I'll say more or less when I thought Kanye was just more or less a producer and rapper, regardless of all the other things that have happened in his life and what he's become at this point.
I think we're gonna get the old one back really soon.
Just the Louis Vuitton Don Kanye, just kind of I'm young, I'm black, and I'm successful, I'm cool, that's what that's more or less what resonated with me in my early 20s, if you would, Jonathan Moon, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, so other than that, in my 20s, in my late 20s was probably more Drake, when he first was coming out. And yeah, now I just kind of don't really listen to anything but anime music and shit. Just hell yeah, that new intro to My Hero Academia, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, is it good?
I don't know, because I started, and I think I only watched the first 2 episodes, and then I was just you know what? I'll wait till this shit is over and I'll binge it.
No, I meant the intro, not the show.
No,
I know the show's gonna be good.
I don't know, because because I have only watched 2 episodes of the latest season. I don't know if it's fire because I have only watched 2 episodes and haven't committed any of it to anything in my brain stems, you know? So
Yeah, let me know when it's out on dub so I can watch it.
yeah, I mean, well, you have Funimation, right?
Is the dub on there?
And they do simulcast, so the dub will
Right.
usually be like with something like that. The dub will be relatively quick, maybe a few days, or a week at the most. You know, like
Checking it right now.
like random other shit. You know, it's just like that's not really popular. It might take. I mean, but even like Dragon Ball Super would take like a week or a few or 2 or 3 to get like the dub. But I don't know. Like I feel like. Because I've been watching more anime in dubbed format, John. You'd be proud of me.
It is.
Yeah, it's been because it should be like it's pretty close. Like it's anime has come a long way, and then especially certain titles will lend themselves to very quick turnaround on the dizub, if you would, versus back in the day, when I was watching. Neon Genesis Evangelion and spending like $300 for a whole box set of like 6 DVDs.
So you were those people that were buying those box sets for $300 some odd dollars.
Let me let you know, John. This is what happened.
Just saying. I judged the shit out of people like you. No, but I'm kidding.
I saved a lot of money, right? And this was shit. We're going back. Damn, how long have I been? I've been with 16 years. It's like It's like weird, like shit. I never want to talk about that.
Yeah, you just
I've been with my latest company for 16 years.
Okay.
Well, I'll cut it out.
Okay.
And so it's like hard sometimes to like think about what I've done before that because 16 years is long as shit. Like
Yeah.
It's
2 decades.
It's insanely a long amount of time to literally toe a company line and like be involved in just a very static environment, right? Especially when you're not like in an area where you're, making decisions or, appreciate it, getting paid in that way. You know what I mean? Like,
That's almost half your life, bro.
It is almost half of my life, yes. So it's hard to like think about like, okay, I worked at this job at this point, because it's been so long. But man, I don't even know how we got here. What are we talking about right now?
We're still in the intro phase.
I'm trying to remember why I brought this all up.
We were talking about My Hero and you just segued.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the simulcast situation. But I found out that it's on dubbed and I'm going to cuss my friends out because I didn't know this. Because they know I love dub and they didn't tell me shit. Yeah, they've been watching this. They watch subs, because that's what I am right now, snubbed. They watch subs, and I'm like, I'm gonna wait till it gets on dub, and it's been on dub this whole time. So thank you.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna talk to them later. But on this brighter note, it's happy E3 week, everybody.
Happy E3 week.
Yes.
We have E3 again. After it was it was canceled last year.
Yeah, because of obvious reasons. But
yeah.
We're going to be doing some things, not everything, but just keep your eyes peeled on at ADIP Radio on the Twitter and at All Day I Play Radio on Instagram. We will be posting some stuff on there, notifying you guys about when and what we will be doing.
Yo, straight up, and listen, we have gotten better at engagement.
Oh,
John and I have gotten better at engagement. So entertain us and holler at us on the actual social media webs there. And if you don't want to, send that shit to someone. Maybe they want to,
Yeah, for sure.
So we can continue to grow and continue to bring you all like even more dope content, So, but yeah, man, E3 2021, bro. I'm excited finally, you know.
Yeah, I am too. You know,
Yeah.
after all these states of plays and Nintendo Directs haven't been. What do Microsoft call theirs? What do Xbox call it?
I don't know. I usually will just be like, "Yo, bro, Microsoft got some shit going on YouTube." You know what I mean? Like, okay, bet. Let's check it out.
They just weren't enough, and so like E3 and then the Summer Live Fest, all that.
Right.
You know.
Well, Sony's.
We got an email from Jeff Keighley. It was probably automated as hell.
Jeff. I just want to say thank you.
Ooh. Yeah, for everything.
For the personal email. Really appreciate you all, you know, reaching out to All Day I Play Radio, and absolutely thank you for the personalized email to us. And,
we appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll cover the Summer Gaming Fest, Summer Jam Fest.
Live Fest, yeah.
Summer Live Fest. Yo, remember MTV used to have like that Rock and Jock B-Ball Jam shit back in
I loved that shit.
Oh my god.
I just watched it just to see what celebrities were on, and I'll be
right?
like, okay, I don't like any of them, I'll turn it off. But
bro,
they were terrible.
It was
like all of them.
It was so
it was
good. It was so good. Like Marky Mark would be on there and shit, and now he's Mark Wahlberg.
Snoop and shit.
Right? Man. Those were the days. Dan Cortez and Bill Bellamy and shit. You know what I mean?
Bill Bellamy.
Bro, those were the days. I used to watch The Grind, bro. Remember The Grind?
I watched that. I watched Singled Out. I watched anything on when MTV was good.
Oh my god.
Before they got reality heavy.
MTV was such a good channel. It was literally like my childhood into my adulthood. It's like, oh shit, this is what life is going to be like. The real world, cuz. The road rules challenges, bro. This is what life is going to be like when I become an adult.
I hated Road Rules, yo.
Bro, you hated Road Rules, bro?
I loved Real World. I hated Road Rules for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the casting. I don't know what it was.
Real World on the road, bro. Like, it was...
It was corny to me.
I
just didn't like it.
You know what, John? You know
we
what?
have a great show today.
Hey, no, let's not divulge from this, John, okay? Because the reality is, bro, get on the damn road. Go see the world.
I always rooted for Real World in their little challenges. I was like, listen, I don't know any of you people.
Because there are different challenges that exist on the road, bro.
Okay.
You know? And so the road rules. You know what I'm saying? And am I saying, John, that the cast of characters on Road Rules was better than Real World? No, I'm not saying that, John. But there are different challenges, John.
I'll watch the challenge for that.
On the road.
When they face off
John,
against Real World. And that's why Road Rules always won, because they did shit. Like, I felt all their little challenges were unfair. Like the Battle of the Sexes. Of course, Mike, the Mizanin, is going to win in a tug of war against Coral or whoever. Like,
John,
I was like, these are unfair.
Listen, no, we're not talking about...
And then the Road Rules, I don't like the fact that I didn't like the change of atmosphere too much. They were doing different shit. Like I said, I didn't like the cast. Real World, they were in a house. They got into fights. They took all their phones away, or not phones, whatever technology they had back then. We're so old, yo.
What technology?
Yeah, whatever, laptops, iPods, whatever the hell, Discman. I just liked Real World better. I didn't like Road Rules at all. Every time I turned, I was like, it was one chick on there that fought. I don't know her name. It was a black chick. She fought some Caucasian dude. She whooped his ass, yo. And I cannot remember.
On Road Rules?
It was on Road Rules.
Yeah, I don't remember.
Yeah. I think her name was Gladys or some shit. I'm going to look it up.
Gladys. That's a very old woman name.
Yeah, it is.
My grandmother had a cousin, Gladys, and my grandmother has passed away.
So isn't that your cousin, too?
Is my grandmother's cousin my cousin?
Isn't like your third cousin or some shit?
I don't know.
Second cousin? I don't know. But seriously, guys.
But no, honestly, sorry. Listen, there are different challenges on the road, and that's why the road rules, John. Listen, I'm not saying, again, that the cast of The Real World was less than Road Rules. You know, I'm not saying that the cast on Road Rules is better than the cast on Real World, because they're not, John. But you have to understand, Jonathan Moon, that there are different challenges on the road versus being in the same crib every day, all day. I play.
They had jobs and shit. That was a challenge.
No,
As it's taught us.
Yeah,
But
I guess, John, what I'm trying, and it doesn't matter because it's not like the shit comes on anymore the way it does. It's not like we're involved or
well,
mentally.
they still do the challenge. They have the challenge.
The challenge
they bring
is
back all the dinosaurs
John,
from
the
back then.
challenge is nothing but extreme gym class. Okay, and
It wasn't Road Rules that.
Road Rules was Real World on the road. It was
gym in an RV.
They were on the road, John. It was Real World. It was a traveling Real World.
No, it wasn't. But
How was it not?
Because Real World was better, Brian.
But it was literally men and women who, instead of being in one spot all the time, were on the road. That was pretty much the only difference. But it was cool to see Real World on the road, essentially, I don't know, John. Maybe because...
Was it, though? Like, why did I need to see that? Like, I'm looking at
John,
them in the house.
because life...
Going up
Because
Route 66.
life is different for different...
Going to play kickball in Wyoming when they're going to California and do a model shoot. Then they're going to Texas. It was too much. I was like, I'm done. I don't like this shit.
And this is why you're a Nintendo fanboy.
Okay, so we have a great show today.
We do have a great show today.
We talked about E3. As many of you know, E3 is this week. We are going to be talking about what we are looking most forward to and what we hope to expect. And, my man Superman, Brian brought this to my attention. He said, I would love to talk about Superman in the next episode. I was like, I am all about that shit.
Soups.
Epic released a couple of teasers for their upcoming season 7 of the Juggernaut, which is the Fortnite, with Superman being one of those teasers. We are going to talk about history of our beloved hero in gaming, and what's a good hero without a greater villain, right?
Right.
We will be talking about what antagonists we love to hate. It's all about the villains after the what you've been playing all day, bro.
Hey, bruh, so you know what I mean? You know what I've been playing all day, bruh, and we'll get to that at some point, but, bruh, what you been playing all day, bruh?
Dude, I'm still playing Dragon Quest 11.
My man.
As you and Tommy call it, the Dairy Queen 11.
Absolutely.
And yeah, I was working on a project for the podcast this week. Can't delve too much into that again. I'm sorry. I hate keeping secrets from you guys. But we got some things lined up for y'all. Just let you know. But I haven't been playing as much as I would have beaten it by now, and you know that. But life, adulting. But I've been working for it. So, still on that. And, we played Overwatch with a couple of my buddies.
Yes.
Earlier. So shout out to John, shout out to Sam, shout out to Twigs.
What up, y'all?
Shout out to Superman. I don't know his real name. Sorry. But yeah, how was the dynamic on that, yo? How much better would you say?
Bro,
was that compared to when we just double Q, which we're probably going to do right after this podcast? But how would you say is?
Are we talking about Overwatch right now, John?
We're talking about Overwatch. I'm sorry. Yes,
John. Listen, we had a great time.
Oh God!
For the most part, John and I pretty much just play. I don't want to say solo because it's John and I. So
yeah,
but it's
like double Q.
Yeah, it's always double Q. We always usually play the same character type. Whether it's tank, attack, or support. We kind of like will go into it. Unless we play flex and it switches us around or whatever.
Just give us whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. We had a really good time playing with a full team of 6 that kind of was, on a common goal of winning and being, all about the teamwork aspect, I guess you could say. So that was fun because we won pretty much every match except for one, I think.
We played like 6 or 7 with them.
Yeah. I just realized in this clip I must have been coming through like after the game had already started because we just got ulted. It was like, what the hell? Like, it just started. But yeah, it was the
people we talk about.
What you mean?
Right there.
I just came in the game.
But no, it was such a breath of fresh air, yo. Everybody was communicating. Everybody was like,
there was a lot of communicating
on it. If you told somebody get the hell out the way, they got the hell out the way.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, I got it, and just keep running forward.
Right.
It was like I said, shout out to them, yo.
Yeah, it was a good time.
We have to do that soon.
Yeah. So it was like, oh shit, we have like a six team.
Right.
Because we had all 6 players. So that was again, in the year of our Lord 2021, 5 years after the advent of Overwatch. You see, I trashed my man with that rock.
Yeah, you did.
It felt great to have that experience, and it just kind of like we just kept rolling. We was rolling
it felt like old school, like when we played with Justin and Greg. And
right.
Like that. It was awesome then, but everybody kind of retired, and it was like enough is enough.
Well, yeah, like Overwatch is going to be, every game at this point doesn't matter. And I actually started playing some Valorant, John.
Oh my gosh.
Every game is going to over time change, right? And so if you stop at any point, then when you get back in, depending on when you get back in, your gameplay experience might be very different, right? And so so that's kind of been like the only thing you and I like kind of have had in this type of scope, right? And this is the only time I've ever had this, because normally I don't play games that long, at all.
Me neither.
So, 5 years in and kind of being a part of, every change, every, and kind of being like, yeah, whatever the change is, like, it is what it is. Like, we're going to, play Overwatch, and it's going to change over time. We have no choice, right? It's not like we can be like, you know what? I want to play it the old way. We don't have that opportunity because everything updates, right? So,
right.
It was really cool to kind of have some people who've, been playing more or less like more recently, to kind of just take part in the changes that have, come over time, and just really like we were very effective. We
complimented each other very well.
Yeah,
that was the thing.
We were very deadly.
And shout out to B right now, just now. That was a great breakdown of everything that happened this past week with that. I mean, that day we played,
Hey, I appreciate you, dog. I appreciate you, dog.
Yeah.
We love Overwatch, and one thing John and I are gonna, One thing John and I are gonna try to, we're gonna try to really,
what?
Yeah.
We're watching a video for people who just listen to the audio. I'm sorry. It was actual gameplay of Brian playing. He won in like 30 seconds. But
I didn't die. We're gonna kind of really kind of try to look into more of it esports. Don't know how we're gonna really whether it's highlights or whatever. We just kind of want to be a part of that industry. At least I myself and been talking to John about it, and just really I think we do a really good job. We have really good commentary between the two of us. It seems to be that way when you look at the numbers on on our stuff.
5. Hey, it's my birthday.
Hey, now I didn't die.
Nah, you didn't.
But yeah, we kind of want to, Overwatch has been kind of like our thing for 5 years, so it kind of makes sense for us to kind of cover Overwatch. And Overwatch League has been something that we kind of have been looking at, as well. And, it'll be separate, of course, from the show, but, we're going to look into how we can really be effective in that space. So stay tuned. And yeah, Overwatch is, no matter how much I think both of us get angry at it, it's kind of there in our hearts and in our minds, John, at all times, you know.
I told you it's an abusive relationship. I told you.
It is, you know. It is, you know.
Were they just standing there? What is this?
Oh, when you press triangle, John.
Oh, I've never done that. You can do that? I've never done that. Legit, I didn't even know you could. Okay. It's 5 years later. Okay. But another game I took a swung at was Captain Tsubasa.
Yeah.
Soccer game, anime, super anime style. I played the demo on Switch. B raved about it, and I was like, I'll get it when it's on sale. It's on sale. I liked it.
Yeah.
You got into like actual, matches. So
yeah,
I'm gonna ask you now. Pass the torch to you.
Hey,
what you
dog.
been playing all day, bro?
Captain Tsubasa, dog. You know, my man Tsubasa. Rise of New Champions. So and I'll be honest, the last time I probably picked up a sports game of this caliber from a anime property was Victorious Boxers, which that was a PS2 game which introduced me to the anime Hajime no Ippo back in a long time ago. I don't
You're all about that anime too.
Hey man, you know what this is what happened, bro. So Victorious Boxers, before Fight Night decided to use the right analog stick for anything, was a boxing game brought to you by some development company in Japan, obviously, right? And personally, I thought it was really cool to have the analog stick be utilized as your defense, right? So your ability to bob and weave was hinged on your right analog stick behavior, if you would. And because of this, eventually EA would adopt this same strategy, and then it became where the analog stick was synonymous with dodging and other moves in EA games, not even just the boxing games, but also like the hit stick and stuff like that. But maybe the hit stick was there before. I don't know. But for me, as a young gentleman in 2001, fresh out of high school, me, John, as far as playing new games and in new ways, that is something that always kind of has been my thing, right? Like I like to play games differently, and if you can compel me to not only play a new way, but also give me motivation to, then I'm all about it. So, in Victorious Boxers, it was like, the story, and then also the gameplay. It just, I don't know how many people have played this, but my goodness, John, I love.
Like if they released it on the PS Store, would you buy it today?
Yeah. I would spend $6,000 on it, or
oh my god,
yeah,
extreme.
Yeah, I just it is it was different, you know, and at the time, you know, John, I grew up on Mike Tyson's Punch Out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
me too.
that was my claim to fame, you know, as a kid. And you know what I mean? And I love boxing games, and you know, I loved when Fight Night came out. You know, I loved when, you know, they had the hilarious knockdowns and shit like that, and the super, you know, ragdoll physics and whatnot. But when Victorious Boxers came out, it was like, okay, this is something different. And I, you know, I played the demo, saw some videos, and I was hooked. Bought the game, beat the shit out the game, and then turned to the anime and like never looked back. So
Fell in love completely.
oh my gosh, bro. So with Captain Tsubasa, you know, or you know, another anime sports related title, you know, I kind of want to maybe do the same thing. But I believe Captain Tsubasa is older, so I don't know. But Captain Tsubasa, cool game, bro. The anime stuff that interrupts my games, though, is pretty annoying, bro.
I mean, yeah, that would take all your momentum away. So it's like you'll play a game and like, do they wait for after the game to finish, or do like you'll take a shot and it was like interject and it'll be like an anime scene?
Yeah, you sometimes can take a shot and it'll be like, you know, have the whole animation where it's like Captain Tsubasa, guys, in case you forgot what you're playing. And then it'll be like, you know, show like this anime, you know, scene. But the problem that I have, John, I guess is more or less like, it's not really, when you watch anime, it's more vivid, you know, it's more life. Like, this is just like, oh, like, we'll just kind of like, you know, switch from this character speaking to the next character speaking, use some anime lines. It's not really
Like this.
Yeah, it's not really anime. Like that's not like if I'm watching anime, right? Like it's way more
Fluid.
yeah. Like this is just kind of like they didn't even look like he was looking at him. You know what I'm saying? Like look like he was looking past my man. You know what I mean?
His mouth is just agape.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So like this like so these scenes like they kind of like take me out of like the excitement because I don't care.
Can't you just play like exhibition if that's the case for that?
No, then I can't unlock whatever it is that I'm going to unlock, John.
Well, sir, you'd have to deal with the anime cutscenes then.
Listen, the anime cutscenes are fine as long as they're not within the middle of an actual game.
Yeah,
I don't care, you know.
Momentum away.
But sometimes when I get done a game and it starts to do this, and it's like anime because it'll be like 20 to 30 minutes.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's not like short.
And it's like done in this way, like
yeah, yeah.
Oh no.
It's really like it, like so. It's like all this action, you know, that all this build up, and then it's just like, hey, anime shit, but like not even good anime shit.
Right, because the story mode wasn't available on the demo. It was just verses and training.
Right,
that was it.
Right,
and so I was like, oh, I like this game.
Yeah,
Tell me about this. I was like,
yeah.
Yikes.
But you know, it's on sale, so I got it for the $30, John. You know, because I told you. So I had the option of I was either going to get this, The Last of Us 2, because that's $30 right now, and then
I'll send you mine.
I can't. I don't have a disc drive in my PS5, John.
You have your PS4, yeah?
I gave it to my daughters.
Okay, so well, abort that mission. So yeah, would you spend $60 for this, Captain Tsubasa?
No, not at all. I'm
oh jeez. You heard it, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, you know, I'm like, damn, like I spent $30 for it. Maybe I should have spent 15. Like, and I'm not talking about from a gameplay standpoint. I'm just talking about, John, when it comes to my time, you know, and I mean, this is my fault. I'm not taking away from the game, but honestly, I will say maybe there's something more that I need to be doing because right now I pretty much play it the same way over and over and over and over again, right?
Yeah.
I pretty much just kind of come down the field. You know, I have some juke moves out the ass. You know what I'm
Juke
saying?
and jive out there.
Just hold R2. You know what I'm saying? And you will cross the shit out of anyone suspecting enough to try to take the ball from you. You feel me, John? Especially from my man Tsubasa. You know what I'm saying? I keep wanting to call him Tsukuba. You know what I mean? Or
Why?
Subuya. You know, because I'm terrible. I'm sorry. But my man, Captain Tsubasa, you know, and so everything is in Japanese, John. So I don't know, you know, how much you would really enjoy that.
Yeah,
but all the voice
Save me
work
$30.
is in Japanese. So, but it's cool because like, you know, when he gets the ball, you know, like the announcers will be talking. It'll be like Subuya or Tsubasa-kun. You know, it'll be like,
Yeah,
you
I hear that. I heard it.
like, and I'll be like, that's right. I'm about to score on y'all. You know, so it's pretty much like this game where you know, you hold the kick button and you know, there's a meter that builds up and
you release it.
You release
at the moment
it.
It's the line. Yeah.
And then, you know, based on how much
My man is knocked out on the ground.
how much spirit the goalie has will determine whether or not, you know, they're able to stop. So it's just pretty much like just keep trying to score on a goalie and they will lower their spirit over time. And then, you know, so again, that's what I've gathered so far. And then also, John, these dudes are in middle school looking old as shit, bro.
That's all anime. Like,
they be like, yo, I'm in 8th grade. Fam,
you're 30.
you could totally have a whole 401k and or a whole tax ID, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, when my man said they was in middle school, I was like, yo, y'all in middle school, bro?
Do me a favor right now. Look up, just type in on your phone, like literally right now, type in kanji Persona 4, yo, and tell me how old you think he is. Yo.
Kanji?
Kanji.
Well, I understand that. I mean, it's
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it's a
interesting
form
that,
of
that someone's name would be kanji. Persona 4.
4, yeah. And mind you, he's my favorite character of like all of the Persona series. But just look my man up, yo.
So
and tell me how old you think my man is.
Okay. Kanji Persona 4. Okay. My man looks like he looks like he has a job. He looks like, you know, my man could totally be, you know, I mean, you know, like straight up corporate job, you know, like he, you know,
like a gym teacher.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Or something like that. He's 15.
No, my man is not 15.
But it's so funny in the game they make fun of that. That he looks old as shit.
My man looked like he worked at the comic book store on the low. Honestly, I ain't gonna hold you.
That's my guy though.
There's no way my man is 15.
He's a freshman. He's the youngest member of the party.
No, John. It's bullshit, John. It's bullshit anime shit, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so everyone's like, you know, 13 years old in this shit, but they look old.
Right.
It's just like, you know, so it's pretty cool, you know. I was really mad when I got scored on right there, you know, because
Oh, that was you?
Yeah.
Yikes.
Man, I beat these dudes 5-1 though.
So why are you upset? Like them?
Yeah, I did, you know. Yeah. Care about their feelings, bro. Look, I had 21 shots on goal versus their 11. Yeah, I you know, so I'm gonna keep playing.
Okay.
You know, I guess when I think about like Hajime no Ippo versus this, you know, and what my mentality was to get involved in that anime, it wasn't this. And you know, and at the same time, like John and I are like kind of switching back and forth. You know, what you can see is all Captain Tsubasa. But you know, this was a lot more basic from a standpoint with Hajime no Ippo. No voice recording, of course.
Of course not.
In 2001. But man, it was different. It was, you know, I think the gameplay plus, the story that was there, and it would just be really. If you've ever watched Hajime no Ippo, and John, I know you have not. I guess there are certain characters that I resonate with personally because of my personality and more or less being more of a empath and a just really like quiet person, so characters from when I was a kid like Doug, I resonated with really well and kind of wonder if certain aspects of my life and self-esteem have been affected from watching stuff like that, because Doug was a bitch. And Hajime no Ippo, resonated with me as an anime really well, and also from the gameplay standpoint, because this character who, from a mental standpoint, has diminished himself to be less than what he actually is, and doesn't realize the amount of power that he has that kind of comes from different elements of his life that allow him to be such an amazing character, even though he sees himself as weak. So, and as someone who, honestly, if we're keeping it PG-13 and 100, as someone who, has gone to, different types of, well, not different types of, but I've gone to therapy, and, those type of characters who don't realize that they have the potential resonate with me, because at a lot of times I feel like I don't have the potential, if that makes sense, John. So I don't know if this is going to be the same thing, John. These scenes are way too long, bro, for me to, like I'm telling you.
Got deep there for a second.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. Yeah. So would you call him your hero back in the day?
Who? Ippo?
In a way? Yeah.
Ippo is so you play the game, and it's like a really brief, obviously, overtone of the story, if you would, whereas Captain Tsubasa, it almost kind of seems like they're trying to recreate the anime within like this space, but they don't really do a good job of doing that, because it's too slow. It's like this way too slow and takes you out. Ippo, like Victorious Boxers was just like, we'll have a scene, and you have like this character, like you could tell he's very apprehensive and quiet and shy, and so you could tell that without there having to be this whole dialogue and voice actors and stuff like that.
Right.
So yeah, Ippo, if you've never watched that series, it's totally worth a watch. Like beyond worth a watch, because character development between all of the characters is, amazing.
So like the chemistry of everybody and everything.
Yeah, so it's older, so it's kind of wouldn't be appropriate for
right, of course,
today's standards. There's situations that you'd be like, oh yeah, you could totally never do that nowadays, so but yeah, I'm gonna keep playing, bro.
That's what's up, man. I don't know if I'll join you. I don't know yet.
That makes sense.
After I don't know what that means, but who does uphold certain standards, and it is a hero. Superman, right? Epic announced an alien invasion themed event for Fortnite. Rick Sanchez and Superman were showed. Rick Sanchez of Rick and Morty, for those of you.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, who's that?
Like you. He's amazing. Of course, by the time this episode drops, it will be out. So maybe Morty will be there too. I don't know. I don't play Fortnite. Neither does B anymore. I don't know. But in the trailer, I love like little Easter eggs. So they showed Clark Kent at the desk, right, at the Daily Plan, and they showed Batman in the Fortnite version. I didn't know Batman was on there.
In Fortnite?
Yeah.
Hasn't Batman been in Fortnite before?
I think he's still there. I don't know, but they showed him on his little desktop while he was looking at the news, like taking off his glasses, trying to look cool and shit. But how does that impact the game? Like, I know you don't play Fortnite. Like, can he like destroy everyone?
Didn't they have Thanos in
or is it
Fortnite
just a
before?
Oh well, true shit.
Well, I guess
I
like
don't know how that.
for the most part, like like they'll have the skin and like they have like extra moves or whatever that they can do. But again, like neither of us play Superman, or I'm sorry, neither of us play Fortnite. What was really interesting to us was that they got Superman
Right.
in there, and damn, and it's interesting. Like John and I usually like don't like we're very like we can be hot and cold a lot of times. Like we can be very like John likes this, I hate that shit, and vice versa. You know what I mean? But it was interesting to kind of like be like, yeah, I like Superman. John be like, oh shit, I like Superman too. So
yeah.
So we just kind of like wanted to talk about like how Superman in gaming, right? Like, what is it?
Bro.
Because
it's amazing. Anything? No, it's not. His games are usually trash, which I don't understand. Because the only good game I've played from him, it was the Death and Return of Superman on Genesis.
Yeah,
I think it was on SNES too.
Yeah,
but I had Genesis at that time when it came out.
That's a side scroller beat 'em up, right?
So good, dude. It was one player, but I was only child, so I didn't give a shit. But it was you played with all the variants of Superman. So you played with like Steel and Cyborg Supes and Eradicator, Superboy. Yep. And so it's like different missions called for different heroes. It was good. It had a nice little story. The game was like 2 hours though. But
yeah, I mean, I think is that the same engine as like Maximum Carnage and shit like that?
Yeah, which I also loved.
Yeah, Maximum Carnage was hard as shit.
Yeah, it was. I beat was that am I thinking about Separation Anxiety?
I think that's the second one, right?
Yeah, that's the one I beat. I couldn't beat Maximum Carnage for shit.
Okay. Yeah, man, those games. You talking about like that, Dark Souls and shit like that, man. It's like side scrollers back in the day, man.
Yeah, some of them. I think Contra and TMNT are Dark Souls level, but I think that was.
Yeah.
I don't know. Have you played Shadow of Apocalypse Superman game?
No.
It's like on okay. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I think so, and John and I were talking. I wanted Superman 64 because before Superman 64 was Superman 64, it was supposed to come out for PlayStation 1 and Nintendo 64. And it was just Superman. And it was based off of the animated series. That I love that shit.
So good.
And I liked Batman the animated series, but when Superman the animated series came out, I was like, yo, how did y'all do it? You know what I mean? Like, how did you all I felt that Superman was a better show.
I like the animated Batman better.
I mean,
I liked his rogue gallery.
Okay.
I like Batman's villains.
Yeah.
So I was like, ooh, Joker, ooh, Poison Ivy, ooh, Two-Face, ooh, Catwoman, I looked at it for them.
Superman's like, we have Brainiac.
And we have Lobo.
All right. No. Lobo's cool as shit,
No, he is.
We have a
show about him.
We have Lex Luthor.
Okay, Lex Luthor is cool as shit. So
no, he's just rich. He's not,
okay.
No, he's not. If I was Superman, I would kill Lex literally 1,000 times over. There's what can he really do to him? Oh, you have kryptonite. Right? No, Lex is a regular ass dude, yo. He's not.
So is Joker, but
no,
he's still running around committing mass murder.
But Batman's a regular ass dude. So that,
rich one.
No, but it's if Superman can't have villains who are regular ass dudes that stump him every other week. He just can't. If he wanted to, he could just kill them with his bare hands, but he doesn't. So Batman is a little different. Yes, he is a regular ass dude. So is Joker. So they're on the same level. Joker's just crazy. Batman's crazy too, but Joker's crazier than Batman.
But Joker's not a rich, regular ass human.
Yeah, but that's still.
And he doesn't have. How many sidekicks does Batman have?
That's not the same, John.
He can kill him at any given moment, yo. Batman can kill this man anytime he wants to, yo.
No, I don't,
You know how many cliffs he could have dropped him off of, yo? Like Dark Knight, for instance.
But he knows he won't, so that's Batman's weakness.
Right. So. That's what I'm saying. And maybe Superman, they don't kill. That's their thing. Well, until, I mean, what are we counting? The comics or the movies or both?
I mean, the movies and comics can never be the same, right?
No. I mean, because there's but so much. We were having this conversation before the podcast. There's but so much they can compress into 2 hours, you know, of a film, you know, from like a backlog of comics. That's why I was like, you know, with the MCU thing and the DCU thing, when you said, you know, they're trash, you know, you're not trash. You're not the biggest fan of them. I love them because you can't fit everything. You know, there are rights. There's this. There's a Sony thing. There's a Disney thing. There's, you know, I just looked at it like, hey, I'm seeing some heroes kick ass, and that's it. I'm not even following this canonically. Is that canon wise?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, canonical. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, is that a word? But yeah, but there is one Superman movie that I liked that everybody else hated, and you were one of those people. I actually liked Superman Returns, yo. I am the 1% of the world.
Yeah, you are.
that enjoyed that movie.
Yeah, no. I saw that in the movies. I
did too.
Sorely
I was
disappointed.
like, oh, this is cool.
No,
it wasn't enough action for you.
Yeah, just kind of like, listen, Christopher Reeve told me that he would see me in the 90s at the end of Superman 4.
After the dumpster fire, that was 3. Okay.
And he didn't see me in the 90s. Bro, that hurt.
I mean, he fell off a horse.
Well, I mean, even before that, he still wasn't there in the 90s.
Man. I liked Christopher. He was my favorite Superman. I think he was everybody's.
Christopher Reeve?
Well, no, Henry Cavill is cool. I like him.
Yeah, he's the man.
Yeah.
What happened to Christopher Reeves is a travesty, man.
Mm-hmm.
But he was a perfect Superman. He was a perfect Clark Kent too.
Mm-hmm.
That smoker ass Lois that they had, I don't know. She was a smoker.
Stop.
Bro, what?
I liked her.
Bro, she was a smoker like shit, bro. I was like 8 years
Margot
old.
Kiddo?
I don't know. I was like 8 years old, and I was like, damn, Lois be smoking mad cigarettes, yo. Like, and I didn't even know what cigarettes were. Bro, you what? What? No?
Maybe she just had a raspy voice.
No, bro. She smoked mad cigarettes, bro. Come on, now. Listen.
Either way,
8-year-old Brian knew a smoker when he knew a smoker, bro. You know, get out of here with that. You know, how you gonna taint? You know what I'm saying? The legacy of
how you know Lois ain't smoke?
That's what I'm saying. She was a smoker.
Were you talking about Lois, or were you talking about the actress playing Lois?
Both. It don't matter. 8-year-old Brian, they all the same. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen. Hey, listen. Why you Superman? You letting Lois Lane? Nigga, I've been in Dare. Okay, don't let her smoke, bro.
Do they do Dare anymore?
I don't. Probably not. Do they do anything?
Is there a point?
Do they do anything beneficial for children anymore nowadays? Hell no. I mean, yeah. I guess like oh yeah, I went through Dare. It's like, hey, don't do drugs in 6th grade. It's like, yeah, absolutely
like that
not.
dog in the trench coat, like shit. Wasn't that
that's
Dare?
No, that's McGriff, right? Isn't that McGriff?
I don't remember that man's name.
No, he's.
I did not listen to him because clearly.
No. That was Scruff McGruff, right?
Was that it? I don't remember what's his name.
Oh, we gotta look it up now. I think that was.
Oh my gosh, Scruff McGruff. I'm gonna be mad if that's his name.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna type in anti-drug.
Here we go.
Yeah, oh, that is his name. I found a gun.
So we're looking at a Scruff McGruff ad from 1998. Also, there's a video over here that is showing off. What's his name? Damn it! What is his name? It's an esports video.
But
Sonic Fox.
so, did he dress up as Scruff McGruff?
Nah, but I guess because we typed in Scruff McGruff, they like showed him because he's a furry.
Yeah, he dresses up. Yeah, that's what I thought he had, that Scruff McGruff thing.
Yeah, he is ridiculous.
He won a VGA
at
like,
fighting games. Like, and he's so young. Like, that's the type of shit where it's just like, yeah, you know, fighting games were, you know, came out when I was, you know, young, but man, these kids nowadays, you know.
Yeah, Superman Returns had a game, didn't it?
That's the last Superman game I played. I played the demo, I believe.
Did you like it?
I thought it was cool, but I guess like with Superman games, it's like weird because it's like technically like nothing should be able to beat you. But I think, John, if I was an executive producer at whatever studios, and I made a Superman game, this is how I'd make it, John. I'd make it open world. I'd make it so that like everyday regular bullshit, like saving women from, you know, old women from having their perch snatched, you know, saving cats from trees, you know, saving people like in some, you know, terrible shit, you know, similar to like how like when you play like Spider-Man,
right?
You
I was
know,
about
it's
to say
like,
Spider-Man.
oh, you know, it's the cops. So we got some gang members over here, and they're all black. We need Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
Then it's like it's Miles Morales, so it doesn't matter, you know.
Jesus.
But yeah, I think it would just kind of be like all like that open world stuff would just be like you're just like you can choose to do it, right? Or you choose not to do it because you're just going to kill everyone.
Right.
You know, who's
like how the Hulk is in the
exactly
freaking
bro.
Avengers. That's why it turned me off.
Have you played did you play Hulk? Oh shit. What game was that?
I've never played a Hulk game in my life.
You've never played a Hulk game, bro?
I've never been a Hulk fan when I was a kid. So
Well,
why would I buy his shit?
I can understand that.
Yeah.
But there was shit. What was the name of the game? It was Hulk Ultimate Destruction. So, and I believe this team went on to make like those games that were like what were those games,
I've heard
John?
of this one. My little cousin had this.
John, what were those games?
Rampage?
Nah. Shit. Prototype. Like I think this team went on to make those Prototype games. So it was like, you know, the Hulk was pretty much indestructible when it came down to, you know, like regular bullshit dudes, you know, but like, bro, it was so much fun.
You just destroy shit.
You just destroy everything. Elbow drops off of buildings and shit. And then when you would have like, you know, an actual adversary, like, you know, my man right here, like it would be, you know, somewhat of a challenge. So, you know, you could take a car and make car hands. You could take a missile launcher and throw.
And that's the thing. Like, shit like this I appreciate because this is all shit he can do. Like, really. Like, not get punched by a 175-pound man with an Uzi.
Right.
Like,
yeah. That game, you know, that game did the Hulk justice, and I remember playing that and being like, oh shit, this is exactly what the Hulk should be. Like, and I think, you know, you would have to take that kind of approach with Superman where, you know, like, yeah, if you go and stop an evildoer, you know, or someone who's
do well,
right, you know, oh, I stole this old woman's purse and I'm gonna run away. You know, you have the option then to stop him in a way that's, you know, like, okay, this is the Superman way. I'm just gonna pick you up while you're running and like put you down. Hey, like, sit your ass down, give her purse back because you know I'm Superman. Or do I have the ability to take my man and launch his ass into space? That's how
you can do that.
But no, but that's how. But that's how you'd have to do a Superman game. Like if you'd have bullshit like that, because you have to have filler shit in the game. Like you just do. If you had
quests and stuff.
Yeah. If you had shit like that, or just like random encounters, like Spider-Man, where it's just like you're swinging along and it's like you hear the police radio and it's just like you got to stop these guys, you know? Like, like if you have the option to, you know, because listen, John, I'm so sorry. I love evil Superman. Like the fact
from Injustice 2 when he snapped.
Well, not even just that, but just period. Like, you know, and even before Injustice, when there were times where Superman would just kind of be like, listen, I'm finna all y'all up, like, and it's not gonna be kind. You know, it's like, hey, like realistically, if I had that ability, like there would be times where I would just have to trash mad people. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, you know, shouldn't be doing this. I feel like if I just take you to prison, like you're probably gonna do it again. I need to throw you out of our orbit and you die in space.
Doubt if you get arrested by Superman, you'll do it again. Unless you're a complete idiot or psychopath. Which is what half of Metropolis is, isn't it? Never mind.
Yeah, I was gonna say they do it all the time, you know. But like that's the thing. Like the game would have to be, and then you'd have like actual challenges where you'd face off, like, you know, Doomsday, and you know, like any game with Superman that doesn't have Doomsday should just be automatically thrown in the garbage.
That's not true. He wasn't his only villain. He's the one that killed him, but
right. and what happened before that? Who else came close to hurting Superman?
Lex, Lobo, Brainiac,
no.
Leech, kind of. Maybe Livewire. I mean, he has a nice little rogue gallery. They're just not as
they're trash
as Batman's. Man, I don't think I mean, the thing with the Superman game is like he does so much. He's so capable. He's capable of so much. It's hard to like, you know, like with Batman and Arkham, he has these gadgets and shit you can use. It's like, you know, Superman is like punch, vision, see through shit, and speed. You know? But it's like, you know, with your take, which is good, but you know, he doesn't kill. So launching him, throwing him across the street isn't an option. It's not like Spider-Man where I guess he could tone it down, or he's not as strong as Superman. Like he can knock people out. Like Superman will kill MFs,
yo, like crazy.
Like he could do this. He could pluck and they'll die, yo.
Yeah,
like he's that damn strong.
But that's the
unless
thing.
Everybody's armed with kryptonite, which seems to be a common thing in Metropolis.
Did you play the Return of Superman game on 360? Or the demo or whatever?
Superman Returns. No, I played the the one I saw.
That old one, okay.
Genesis. Yeah, and then I played Superman 64 at a kiosk in GameStop. I was like, this is horrible.
Yeah.
But in the I don't know if they were trying to be knights. I don't know what was going on. I don't know why I'm flying through rings at all.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And you wanted this bullshit on PlayStation 2?
Oh, on PlayStation 1. Sorry.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was just kind of like, you know, you're looking at magazines and stuff like that, and you're just kind of like, okay, like, yeah, I would totally want a Superman game, you know, at what, like 14, 15, 16 years old, and, you know, the animated show being on TV still. You know?
Okay, so yeah, that makes sense.
So, yeah, man, absolutely. I just really like, I think, like I said, John, like the only way you could do it is it'd have to be open world. The 360 game is just like you were fighting like robots and shit. And
I mean, that's all he can fight.
But like, John, like that's the thing. Like you just have to make it very much like, and you may have to make more villains, you know, like you may have to make like, you know, more creative types of villains that
he has enough though. They don't need to make any more.
But he has villains that aren't really capable of really presenting a challenge. Like I always look at Superman as like until his patience is up, then he'll like actually like do this shit.
Pop off.
You know what I mean? Because he's not like nothing can stop him. So like from a gaming standpoint, like you either make an invincible character or you don't. You know what I mean? Like I don't know.
I don't know. They could make it like a, you know how Superman, the Man of Steel was, where those, even the original, the OG Superman, when Zod and his little assistants came down or whatever, they were giving him go. They could make a thing of that. I think that would be interesting. They could throw little random people in there like Livewire and Leech and
yeah,
Lobo
I mean, like,
that.
but that's you know, yeah, like you can, you're right, you can do that, right? But you know, you can make bosses essentially. You can make it, you know, like Shadow of the Colossus, right? Where, you know, as you navigate around, you just kind of like you have these bullshit things that you can help people with, and you know, if you want to, you do. If you don't, you don't. You know. But then, like, the actual challenges would just be like boss fights, where it's like you have a Zod, you know, you have like the other guy and the other lady, you know what I mean? But based on, or you know, from like moment to moment gameplay, you'd have to really figure out a way to have actual. I don't want to say groundbreaking, but engaging moment to moment gameplay. And I think that's what the challenge is with this property. It's like really hard to make a game around someone who's invincible, because what isn't he invincible against, and what is he invincible against? You know, like that's a hard like line to draw. It's like, oh, so do we make all of these enemies like kryptonite infused enemies? It's like, and you as a player is going to be like, come on, dog, how many are they all got kryptonite, bro? Come on, dog. No.
I mean, Lex will be thrown in the mix too. I don't know, like
Lex is trash.
Lex isn't trash. Lex is not trash, in my opinion.
Lex is a good character. Lex is a great character, but from a gameplay standpoint, what is he going to do to Superman?
He has bots. He has
John. No,
mech, like
let's
Gundam
not.
That you love so much.
Let's not play. No, we're not going to continue. Like, first of all of the bots that are created by DC and the suits that Lex use in conjunction to take on Superman are terrible designs. They're literally from 1951, and they look like shit all the time. It's like
unfair.
No, it's not unfair, John. Because every time I see Lex Luthor in some suit, in some sort of like mechanized suit, I'm just like, why do you keep doing this? Superman could literally pull his arms and legs off of his suit at any point.
He has kryptonite inside. That cannot happen.
I'm sorry. Big green mechs that have very terrible, minimal designed, you know, actual aspects of them should not be able to defeat the most powerful being in all of our, you know, history.
If there's his weakness embedded inside of his creation, then it should be a fight.
Well, then,
if not more.
Then John, then don't make me, you know, basic ass, you know, Lex Luthor Gundams that look like regular mobile suits, and not make me an actual Lex Luthor Gundam who looks like he's going to destroy the world. Don't make me a regular ass robot that looks like a toy from 1961 that my dad would have played with, and make me some shit that I've never seen, and make him a force to be reckoned with. But they don't do that, John. They don't.
I don't know what you want this man to do.
What do you mean?
What do you expect Lex to do? Like, besides what he's doing?
Honestly, I don't expect him to be pretty much the most formidable foe to, you know, a being that is not of this world.
And that's what makes the dynamic amazing. He's regular. He's rich. He's the most powerful politician in America, apparently, the world maybe. and he has minions galore, and he has scientists that made his 1951 suits that are amazing and whoop Superman's ass. But Superman ends up winning every single time. However, he gives him go. I like him better than Joker, because I think Joker's just an idiot. That's a psychopath. But that's just my opinion. I'm sorry.
You can't compare the two, bro, because Batman is a regular dude, and so is Joker, and Lex Luthor is a regular dude, and
so is Superman when he goes up against that suit, when he had that kryptonite in his pocket fighting him in his suit.
If you feel like you are, you know what I mean? If it's enough for you to deal with this fake ass rock to defeat Superman every time, like
a fake ass rock that came from his planet,
bro, it's just boring. It's just like, come on, like kryptonite. Come on, bro. Again, like no.
I mean, if he didn't have that weakness, what would be his weakness?
Doomsday didn't have no kryptonite.
Superman exhausted himself. That's how he died.
Exactly. Then you just have a bunch of them.
And wasn't that also Lex's creation?
No, Lex found him.
Or whatever. Right. So Lex again wins.
But then he was distraught. He was beside himself because Doomsday was unstoppable,
Well, I mean, he got the job done. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about all these villains. The next segment, because me and Brian could argue about this for hours, literally. But villains. Best video game villainy. Speak on it, Brian.
Hey, so obviously villains are a motivation, right? And it's, honestly why I think personally Superman games are trash, because Lex Luthor is a terrible villain.
It's not why they're trash, but
personally, there's different types of villains that kind of, I know a lot of people who have played like the Far Cry games, like I think it was Far Cry 3, they really were all about that villain. I didn't play Far Cry 3 because
Voss, yeah.
Yes, Voss, yeah. It's just something about like games with like,
like when you hear video game villain, are there any names that pop in your mind? Like what aspect? Because you texted me that yesterday. I was like, yo, what aspect do we talk about? I have at least two, but I have an ultimate winner, which I'll disclose in a minute.
Well, I know last week you talked about how Kefka is better than Sephiroth.
There he is. Okay. Second.
I like Seppi, as I call him, Sephiroth, Seppi.
Okay.
And that just kind of comes from, my time at that time, right? My favorite video game villain would have to be Liquid Snake from Metal Gear Solid 1. Not that bullshit where his arm was grafted onto Ocelot. That's Kojima weird shit, but personally, yeah, that performance, I forget what the voice actor's name is, but that performance, man, Metal Gear, as we always talk of, like kind of what made me what made me get into gaming the way I was, especially since I guess I should say, especially since NES, SNES were kind of like, oh yeah, okay, let's play video games, but whatever. Liquid Snake was cool. I loved the voice actor. I love when he would yell, "Brothers!"
Cameron A. Clark.
Is that his name?
Cam Clark.
Yeah, that was very different for me to kind of, be of an age to understand this story beat, where these two clones hate each other because of whatever circumstances that have happened to them growing up together. And, that performance for, 13-year-old Brian, or no, not 13, 17-year-old, no, not even 17, 15, How old was I in 10th grade? Shit.
What year was that? Like
98.
1999?
Yeah, 15. Or 1998, right? 15?
You're like 16.
I don't know.
One of them.
Yeah, that was I really loved the performance of Liquid Snake and the dynamics of you being this character and it being like, oh shit, yo, that's my brother. He's crazy. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. That was my shit.
Like when I hear video game villains, like, you know, the first thing that pops in my mind is Bowser. Like the very first thing. Yeah, I don't know. You know, I know why. But, you know, he's the first thing. Would I call him the greatest villain? No, he was trash. However, you know, when I think of villainy as a whole, like the word villain, I think of Kefka from Final Fantasy VI. Like my man won. He destroyed the planet.
Damn.
He was literally Satan. He was just the worst. Like villains, and this is the thing with Joker. Like when I think of villains, you know, the worst type of villain is a person that doesn't have a motive.
Yeah.
To me. And, you know, Sephiroth had a motive. Liquid Snake probably had a motive. You know what I mean? Like, Kefka had no motive besides the fact that he was crazy.
Just wanted to see the world burn.
Bam. And, you know, he went through that. He was the king's right-hand man. That's his little backstory. He was a right-hand man. They came in here with that magic tech shit. Basically injected all the soldiers, you know, some super serum or whatever. He lost his mind. He lost all his, you know, good sense. And he was like, I'm crazy now. I'm just going to poison this river over here. I'm going to turn the main character against everyone and kill 50 soldiers. I'm going to potentially have her kill. He did a lot, yo. He did the absolute most. And he had like powers of a god, and everybody listens. He had like power manipulation. He had every type of. He was amazing as far as a character. I mean, as far as a character and as far as a villain, you know, Sephiroth. He's great too, but I felt Sephiroth was a victim in a way.
Yeah, I mean, Sephiroth definitely had some messed up stuff happening.
Yeah, for sure. Kefka, he just was injected with a needle that he voluntarily did. So,
yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sephiroth was, for me, up to that point, was, man, and the music.
Did Ares do?
You know, even before that, even before he killed her, even like when you were in Nibelheim and you did like the
fire.
Yeah, and like he just kind of went crazy at the reactor. Like it was like, oh. I remember as a kid just kind of being like, whoa.
Why did that part make me jump when that little thing popped up?
Oh, the face? Yeah, man, that shit was scary. Well, I think it was like, for me, it was just kind of like, yo, my man's has come to this conclusion, like, not because of some shit that was his, not because of some shit that was of his own accord, but because literally my man's life is trash and he just realized that he was created. Like, you know, like it was like, oh shit. Like,
and that's why I said he was a victim. Anybody would be sent over the edge off of that shit.
But
you know,
but the thing is also at the same time, even before that, he was a force to be reckoned with. Cloud looked up to my man like, yo, he is like the greatest soldier of all time. Plus, on, you know, the fact that like the job system in Final Fantasy VII was like, you're just gonna be soldier. Like, yeah, that was there was no jobs. Like, oh my god, like I remember like being older and being like, ex-soldier, like, oh. Like, yo, you literally only get to be one job in Final Fantasy VII. Like, versus the other ones.
The materia was it.
Yeah,
that was
you know?
all you got.
Yeah, like,
I like the materia system too, though.
Yeah, but it was, like, really cool, you know? But, yeah, Sephiroth was, like, it was, for me, it was just, like, you know, as like 14, 15-year-old Brian, it was just, like, whoa. Like, there wasn't anything before that I played that, it was, like, you're a bad guy because you're a bad guy.
Right.
You know, like, whereas it's like Seppi's like a bad guy because like he has nothing to lose. Like,
He has a past. He has a backstory. Are you even human at this point?
right?
Like you say, he has nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Coming from 6 to 7, 6, like this psychopath that just got injected with some drug,
right? Man,
and just snapped, and just like you said, wanted to watch the world burn. That was his whole motive. And they go to him, where there's a great backstory and all this. I could see why Sephiroth is up there, but Kefka was just off the hook. He killed way more people than Sephiroth did, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I think
he killed an entire town. Well, he destroyed the world. So,
well, I mean,
there was that.
I mean, didn't Sephiroth have like a hand in bringing? Well, Meteor was already on the way, right?
He was trying to expedite it, but
Yeah, I mean,
they stopped that shit.
I guess for me, like Sephiroth is the reason why he was like such a strong villain, because you felt some sort of like shit. Like, bro, I don't know, man. Like, if I found out like I was just like made of some Genova parts and shit like that, you know what I mean? Like, I would be like, I probably would be like, yeah, I'm tearing all of this shit down.
And he's here in Genova like all his life.
Right.
He's like, oh, that was my mom. No.
Yeah,
was a beaker.
Right. And then you just like,
yeah, his music.
And you just, you know what I'm saying? He's like,
just get tense.
Oh my
like
God.
It create that film. Like in Final, you haven't played Final Fantasy VII Remake all the way through. It's something.
Nah, I'm about to download it today. Then after talking about
now you're talking about it. It's when you fight him. Something happened. I'm gonna wait till you talk. Yeah, you fight him. I don't want to spoil it for you. So something he does a specific thing.
All right.
Tommy was like, WTF? But
downloading right now. Speaking of Tommy, I thought you were on last night, and I messaged you. I was like,
I was texting you. I was like, yeah, he's playing Yakuza.
Yeah,
he has my Yakuza.
He was like, yeah, I'm playing Yakuza. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah.
He's like, I'm good, bro.
I was like, okay, yeah, my bad.
But no, it's like, Kefka's laugh, that little 16-bit like it was like a weird specific laugh he did. It was totally MIDI, but every time that happened I was like, oh shit, this MF's here. But yeah, like him, would you put Robotnik up there? Wily, those type of villains?
Like honestly, like if I'm serious, NES games, and it's not that, I honestly didn't have much, like Bowser, obviously, Donkey
he's
Kong when Mario was, doing Donkey Kong games.
I don't count him as a villain anymore.
Really villainous villains. I really like Splinter Cell Conviction.
Ooh.
Yeah.
The villain or just the game in general?
Just how I like when games take the character and kind of, so you have like this iconic character in Sam Fisher in the first few games where, it's like, yeah, he's special ops, you know what I mean? Like he's going to take care of the terrorists, and especially in that time in America's history after 9/11, anything that was like dealing with terrorists, you're like, hell yeah, we're going to take care of some terrorists in this bitch, But when Conviction came around, and it kind of like he was kind of painted not as like this, savior of a soldier, it was cool personally to play that role, anti-hero, if you would, after kind of being like, the CIA or branch of the CIA's, most effective super soldier, I guess you could say. I don't know. Shit like that just kind of like makes me...
I didn't play any of those.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Not at all. Not in the slightest, bro.
Whatever. But yeah, those are our picks. So Kefka, you going with Sephiroth?
It's from. I mean, honestly, well, from Final Fantasy, but my favorite villain is Liquid.
Oh yeah, Liquid Snake. I'm
Because he
sorry.
would just be like Snake. It's just like it was just like this time, and in my childhood where games like were more than just like, hey, save the princess. You know what I mean? And
Right.
so, like, just like in that era of kind of involving, you know, uh, you know, young mid-teen Brian to kind of like look at the world differently and kind of like look at characters differently, and it not being just like, hey, but the princess is in another castle, dog. Go to the next level, bro. See if you can find her there. But I'm sure the princess is going to be in another castle again. Though,
I hated
bro.
that shit so much. I was like, why don't we just go to that castle? Like,
Bro, why do we keep going to castles even though she's not going to be here,
right.
bro?
We don't have carrier pigeons in this bitch. I know we don't have
We got
technology.
warps. We got warp zones out the
We
ass.
have wands out this bitch.
We got pipes, you know what I'm saying? Ow, 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 ow. You know what I mean? I can press down on the D-pad, you feel me? And show up in wherever pipe it is in the Mushroom Kingdom. Which is all about drugs, right? The Mushroom Kingdom. This is drugs. Y'all are some drug addicts. Come on, listen.
Going down on pipes, that was Peach's thing. Anyway,
Oh wow.
yeah, Kefka's my pick, yo.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Yeah, Liquid. And I know you only played Metal Gear Solid 4, right? That's the only one.
4 and 5.
Yeah. So
The villain on 5 was a joke.
was there a villain on 5? I don't even remember.
It was that skull face dude, and then that
Eh.
floaty thing.
Yeah, man, Metal Gear Solid 5 was different. It was so good from a gameplay standpoint, but
It was.
from a
Story
complete
was all over.
Yeah. You know what, Konami? Thanks. Ruining my childhood and my adulthood.
Tried to ruin Hideo.
Yeah, well, who knows? I'm part of me is just kind of like, at some point we're going to find out that Kojima's been trolling us the whole time and still works for Konami.
Yeah, it might happen. You might find out
still
about
works
it at
there,
E3.
bro. Hey, bro. So what's going on,
Yeah.
bro?
2020, E3 being canceled for obvious reasons, like we said at the top of the show.
Right.
I think they're going to bring it this year.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's going to be some, I have a lot of anticipations. I don't know if I'm going to get to them all, but have a lot of hopeful predictions. And, what do you think? What are your thoughts on E3 this year? What do you think is going to steal the show, or do you have any predictions at all?
Sony's not there, right? So
No.
E3 is not what it used to be, but it's still better than no E3, right?
Oh yeah.
So we also got the Summer Game Festival going on pretty much the same time by my man Jeff. Right? It's going on.
He's doing the Summer Live thing on June 10th. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's pretty much at the same
Thursday.
time. So personally, honestly, from a E3 standpoint, I will be so clear with you, bro. I am not really anticipating anything, bro. And
Gasp.
yeah, I kind of like, I don't know why, but I just kind of feel like, at this point in my life, like I just really don't, like it just is what it is. Like whatever they show, they show. Whatever they don't show, they don't show. Like I'm well beyond the hype standpoint of E3, and just kind of like, I just want to see what they got to show. Personally, when I think about like my past like top E3 moments, I guess I could say and when I say top, I don't mean like it's the best E3 moment, but more or less like
Sure.
like what I remember the most, and like kind of being like, oh shit, the launch of the PS3, just kind of how it was like, yo, it's going to be $600. Okay, you know, like all right, like
You paid that?
yeah, you know, at the time, you know, I was that 2016? No, not 2016. 2006.
Mm.
You know, so I was 23, and you know, I had a good
Oh,
job. I had a good job at the time, so yeah, you know, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get that. You know, I got 360 a year before.
were you still at that place?
I still lived at the crib.
No, I'm saying like your current job where you
Yeah,
lived in.
yeah, I was still
Okay.
yeah. Yeah, I've been there forever. But yeah, you know, I guess like that whole like process of, you know, of course, like, you know, growing up, getting the NES, getting the SNES, and not really being like, you know, captivated by Nintendo properties, and not really being captivated by video games until like the PS1, you know, so of course my gradual PS1 to PS2 and then the PS3 would make sense. But, you know, I had the 360, you know, a year before, you know, the PS3 came out. And, you know, I also had a OG BZ also as well, original Xbox.
Right.
So, you know, it just kind of, when the PS3 came out, you know, in that E3, like, it was obvious Sony was making some serious missteps and kind of like not really paying attention to their core audience. But, you know, I understand, like, that's just, gaming's never going to be like about the core audience because we buy whatever. Like, it doesn't matter what they do. Like, they need, in order for them to grow, like, it's all about, you know, people that don't play games or people that play very minimal games. So it was just like really weird to kind of just be like, all right, well, you know, like pretty much everything's going to be Xbox 360 and, uh, exclusive PlayStation titles will be PS3. And so like I played my Xbox 360 like a tremendously amount more than, you know, my PS3, and it's just kind of like watching Sony like kind of like fumble the ball, right? And just kind of being like, yo, bro, what are you all doing? Like, it wasn't that hard. Like, you didn't have to like try to be like ridiculous. Like, you know what I mean? So,
Right.
so that'll always forever be. And Nick went to that E3. Nick was able to go to that
See,
E3.
I always wanted to go to one. I
Yeah.
never, you know, it's on the other side of the country.
Yeah,
So
obviously, yeah.
I didn't have the means, but
Right.
you know, I still would love to. But
Yeah, most definitely. I don't know, man. Like, I think, you know, every E3, you know, I'm excited, you know, to kind of, you know, see what they have in store. And, you know, this year they have the Summer Game Festival, which is something separate, you know, from my man Jeff. So it'd be interesting to kind of see.
now is that under the E3 umbrella or is
No,
it
no,
his
that's-
own thing?
Yeah, that's just
Right.
Jeff doing his own thing, and there's going to be some.
I like Jeff.
Jeff's cool, yo. I don't care what anyone says. Like,
I don't either.
like, listen, if I were Jeff Keighley and I was able to operate in a space the way that my man's operates in that said space, bro, like I would be like, yo, I'm finna be Jeff Keighley out this bitch. You know what I mean? But
Right. Because he cares, and that's, you know, you see the passion with him.
yeah.
Like that whole COVID, they had to make that summer shit. It's
Nah,
like
nah.
little shit like that. You know what I mean?
Yo, and if he doesn't care, my man at the end of the day realizes that there are people who do care, whether or not my man's is here to make money or not. If you were in my man's shoes, you do the same thing, and people need to stop acting like they wouldn't do the same thing if they was in my man's shoes, yo. Like, come on, yo. Like, it's like, yo, we are here to literally.
People like dislike him. Do you know the people that dislike him?
I think, you know, I think gamers are fickle as ever, you know, and I think like it doesn't matter.
That's
Like,
every type
everyone's
of
just
thing.
gonna be like, you're a shill, you're a shill, you're a shill, you're a shill. And I think it's just kind of like, if you were in the same predicament as my man to have the amount of access as he has with, you know, these studios, these games or whatever, and he's able to then create a whole show for people like you and I to watch, you would totally do the same thing. And there isn't anything that you could tell me otherwise that would say that no one else that was in my man's position would do anything other than that.
Yeah, I think
because
he's a fan first, though.
he
And
is.
he's like
He is.
loves Hideo Kojima.
He loves Kojima, yo. He's in Death
So
Stranding,
much.
real nice, yo. He's in Death
I
Stranding
believe it.
all day, bro.
Yeah, but like you said, E3 got some nice stuff lining up. I'm excited for Final Fantasy 16.
Yeah, I know you are.
Yeah, Scarlet Nexus. I know you're excited about.
Yeah, I downloaded the demo, so I'm gonna check that out today. You know what, man? I'm honestly, when it comes to E3 2021, so God of War has been delayed until 2022, which was surprise.
Good.
It's also going to be on PS4, which people are really upset about, and yeah, I mean, listen.
Can't justify your purchase. Sorry.
Well, listen, Sony did say that they were all about generations, so I mean, they don't really like help themselves out when they kind of make certain statements and then kind of not do what those statements said, but whatever. It makes sense for everyone to be able to take advantage of whatever top of the line games are on whatever console. People, it's interesting that people say like, oh, but Sony, you said that you weren't about the generation. So, I mean, listen, people weren't able to get PlayStation 5s in their hands the way that anyone really expected them to. So would you rather them cut off like a huge demographic of individuals that weren't able to get a PS5, and who knows when they can get a PS5? That's the type of stuff when it comes to gaming. It's just like people really like harp on certain things and just kind of like find certain things that they look at and they're just like, yeah, Sony ponies. I was called a Sony pony the other day when we were playing Overwatch, which I found, whatever. At the end of the day, like, yeah, Sony is going to be my preferred choice of console or place to play games, not because I'm like blind and, a fanboy, but because that's where
we know those two.
That's where like, things resonated with me to become a true gamer, or what I feel is a true gamer, to follow the industry and be enthralled and engrossed in it, happened because of that. But at the end of the day, like, no, like Sony's trash at times. Xbox is trash at times. Nintendo is trash at times.
Shut your whore mouth.
Valve is trash at times. All of these different, publishers, companies, entities, they're all garbage. Like they are, like, and, like even like this E3 shit, it's like Sony's not going to be there. So it's like, okay, so what are they doing? Like, how do I follow them? I have to look that up, like
they're going to throw a random state of play somewhere probably this week.
Bro,
next week
they better, but like, are they even? Like, I don't know. Like that's,
Yeah, I mean, what they? I mean, all the developers are pretty much there. All the stuff that's going to be there. What else?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I want to. I want to see new shit. God of War, like I said, is delayed. Whatever. I love Kratos and Co. But like I want to see new stuff. I want to see stuff I've never seen before. I want to see new characters, new IP.
Bro, but one game I'm super excited for is Sherlock Holmes Chapter 1. Yo, did you see any footage on that?
No, I have not. I have to take a look at that before I laugh in your face.
You probably will laugh in my face because it's totally a game. You'd be like, John will play the shit out of this. But yeah, it's like Professor Layton mixed with like action of it, like Judgment.
Okay.
Mixed with like it's a lot going on. It's like British, of course, because he's Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah,
like,
it makes sense. Who do you know who the developer is?
I think it's a prequel because he's kind of young. I don't. Let me look it up.
This is Sherlock Holmes game.
Chapter 1.
Okay.
This game, L.A. Noire. That's the game that.
Oh, because it reminds you of like L.A. Noire. Okay, you love L.A. Noire.
I loved L.A. Noire. Yeah.
Yeah, you're all about that problem solving.
I love
detective.
puzzles.
Yeah. That's cool, man.
Noodle scratchers, as the old people
say. Yeah, man.
Publisher is Frogwares.
Frogware. Okay, who's the developer?
Them.
Developer and publisher.
Yeah, they're the developer and the publisher.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know them. I've never played any of their games. Probably PC focused.
I can't say that. They probably are. Games developed. Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock Holmes, Sherlock. They made a bunch of Sherlock Holmes games. So
Okay.
they know what they're doing. That's all they made. Uh, so
Can't be mad.
I've never played any of them, but that trailer got me like, I want this now. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. A lot.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think E3 for me is just like, I don't know, bro. Like at this point, it's just like I don't have expectations because I feel like having expectations usually makes things worse, if that makes sense. So
You set your bar too high. That's what the thing is.
well, you know, and
You just set it low like me.
and that's what I'm doing. I'm not setting the bar high at all. Like I'm just like, you know what? Let me just, focus on whatever it is, whatever I see is what I'll like, and go from there. Like I'm like again, like God of War, it'll probably be in some capacity around this area, but like I just want to enjoy the festivities, and we'll have some different types of segments on our Instagram and Twitter, YouTube as well, to kind of like really pull in the E3 atmosphere, if you would. So,
like hopeful stuff. Like I said, Persona anything.
Yeah, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be on Xbox.
I wouldn't care about that. But if they move it to Switch, I guess I'll have to buy the shit again. But I think they're gonna save a lot of their shit for September because that's when their 25th anniversary is.
Yeah,
but,
I imagine they'll have a Game Pass push though.
Yeah,
I imagine there'll be a huge Game Pass push this E3. Like you'll see a lot of shit, and you'll be like, oh
yeah,
shit, like
damn,
I should just get Game Pass. Yeah.
Smash might be going section. But no, a new character for Smash during the Nintendo Direct they have. I think Nintendo always waits like the last day or second to last day to show their shit. Yeah, new character for Smash is always a treat to me.
Right.
Personally, I think it's gonna be Crash Bandicoot. If I had to predict. There's a lot of talk about him. There's a lot of talk about Diva, Tracer. Because they put Overwatch on the Switch now, so Diva, Tracer I've been hearing. Waluigi's been getting a lot of
I imagine if they have any type of Overwatch characters, they would be launching around when Overwatch 2 comes out.
Yeah, that's true. But no, will they still be doing DLC by then? We don't even know when Overwatch 2 coming out.
I mean, why wouldn't they? What other game? I mean, Switch Pro, like we talked about last week, is probably going to be more or less the same type of thing and play all the same games. So yeah, I'm sure they'll have some sort.
Or they might make another Smash after that. I don't know.
You think they're going to make another Smash?
Why not? I mean, that's the thing. Like, I don't know if the Switch Pro is going to be an enhancement from the Switch, or is it going to be a whole new thing?
I imagine it'll be an enhancement.
Okay. So maybe you might be right. And Gino has a lot of. Remember, did you play Mario RPG?
Yes.
Gino he's getting a lot of love. I've never played Mario RPG.
Oh, such a good game.
I heard.
Squaresoft game.
I know.
Before Square Enix. Yeah,
I'm looking for Switch Pro. Speaking of, I want to see more on that. I think they're going to announce some shit on that.
Didn't you say before E3? E3 is about to pop off in a few days.
Yeah, and that was the report, but
right. Yeah, I feel you.
Rumors.
Rumor mill.
I apologize for that misinformation.
I mean, you don't know. Shit.
We don't know. We still have 2 days, so Project Triangle Strategy is another one. Hopefully
I forgot all about that.
And I think Switch is going to have a lot of remasters and ports too.
Yeah, I mean it already does.
Okay, I don't know if that was.
No, I mean the reality is like besides the Nintendo properties, like there aren't too many like second party games.
Bayonetta, that might be a thing. Bayonetta 3 might be a thing.
Yeah, I don't think it really sold on the Wii U. So.
What if Wii U was dumpster juice? So. Yeah. So you're not looking forward to like Psychonauts 2 or Breath of the Wild 2, Far Cry 6?
Nah. None of those games, none of those 3 games have my attention at all.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, right. It's just not, I played Far Cry 5, good. Breath of the Wild, I kind of really
was that the one with the cult?
Into. Yeah, I have it. Me and Nick have it. We used to play it. It's just, I don't. It just didn't. It was just Ubisoft as hell. It's just like.
Yeah, I never played a Far Cry in my life, so I'm interested to hear.
I mean, you would probably enjoy it because you never played one, but it's just it's not necessarily Far Cry. It's Ubisoft. It's just climb the tower, and it's like, oh, I can see the whole map from here. It's just they're all their games are the same.
They're doing that right, like Assassin's Creed type shit.
Yeah, it's all they're all the same. So it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm not really intrigued, so I'm not gonna play this shit, bro. Sorry.
But Giancarlo Esposito's in it.
I don't give two shits about that at all, yo.
I like him as an actor.
Okay, that's cool, but that's not gonna.
And that's what's gonna sell the game.
Yeah, and that's the thing. So when having an actor sells the game versus like gameplay elements, then like we're in a terrible spot. So yeah, I don't care at all if my man Giancarlo or whoever. I don't care if I'm in that game. If the gameplay is trash, then it's just, and I don't want to say it's trash, but if it's just basic, if it's just the same Ubisoft like kind of formula, then it's the same Ubisoft formula. Like, yo, bro, like nothing what you do is gonna change it until you change that shit. Change that shit.
Maybe it is changed. You don't know.
This is true.
That's what we're gonna find out at E3.
Yeah, but it's also Far Cry 6, and if it took them to get to 6 to change shit, like then that's their fault.
Didn't they delay it like a lot?
I don't know.
Oh, you didn't follow, right?
Don't care.
We have a world premiere from Idols Montreal. Deus Ex, Tomb Raider, maybe. I
don't know.
First of all, were you a Deus Ex fan?
I've tried to get into Deus Ex. The first one on PC, first two, I guess, on PC, or the second one might have been on Xbox. But I tried Human Revolution and the last one, and I couldn't get into either of them. And was just like, I'll just wait for Cyberpunk to come out because that's what it's all about. And that
scored with that one.
Yeah, I've been thinking of picking it up on PC, and
Oh yeah, it's good on that one.
Yeah, I might jump in if I can find it for like $10. But yeah, I told you I played Valorant. I'm I'm awful.
Got your ass beat.
Awful at that game. Goodness, my gosh. But yeah, dog.
But that's all I got for you, man.
That's all I got, dog.
Appreciate you, sir.
Oh, absolutely, dog.
And as usual, you can. Oh, thanks, sir. Oh, shucks. And you can follow us at Twitter at ADIP Radio. Follow us on Instagram at all day I Play Radio. And you can follow us on all your favorite podcasting platforms at All Day I Play Radio as well. You can follow yours. You can follow me, John, at 9000 Moon Knight on Twitter and Moon Knight 9000 on Instagram. Sorry. You can follow my boy Brian at BrianP_83 on both because he is sensible.
Yeah, I am. Appreciate you all. All Day I Play Radio, episode 31. Thanks for joining John and I.
Thank y'all so much. Love and peace and love.
Peace and love.
Peace.
We'll see y'all and talk to y'all later. And make sure y'all follow us on Instagrams and the Twitters and just have a dialogue with us so we can actually talk to people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Give us ideas of what y'all want to see as well. So.
Absolutely.
Anything, even if it's our friends, just let us know. If you want to hear about something, let us know for sure.
Absolutely.
Peace and love, y'all.
Peace and love.